And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. Not one day.
Lashaya Stein missing now for more than 5 years.
Even if it means the worst, I just want to know. I just want to know what happened to her.
Tonight, on Lashaya's birthday, we're sitting down with her mother, what she believes happened to her daughter, and her message to those who call her daughter just another runaway.
What do you think now? It's been almost 6 years. What do you think now?
Ready to reopen.
I'm excited. It's a good thing.
The Table Mesa King Soopers welcoming shoppers back for the first time since the shooting.
Homecoming really signifies a momentous milestone in our healing journey.
What you'll notice when you walk back into the store and how the 10 lives lost will be honored.
And a true life homeward bound.
Literally, like, we were blown away when they called us to tell them that they found him.
A cat named Harold, missing for 9 months, now back in his owner's arms.
We begin tonight with a Colorado mom who is celebrating her daughter's 22nd birthday today without her. Lashaya Stein walked out of her Aurora house 5.5 years ago and has not been heard from since.
And her mom says she could have flooded Colorado with tears in the years since her daughter disappeared, and now she tells me grief is turning to anger. Christmas decorations still hang outside Sabrina Jones' home.
The Christmas tree is still up, lights are still in the window.
All for her only daughter, Lashaya, who loved the holidays, parties, and decorating.
I left them up because if Lashaya was here, they would still be up. They would still be there until she was ready to take them down.
Lashaya Stein was a straight-A student at George Washington High School. She adored her 5 brothers, especially the littlest one. This is the most updated photo of what she'd look like now. In July of 2016, Lashaya left her mom's Aurora house at 2 in the morning. This is the last known video showing her walking down the street.
You really want to know what I think? I think that whatever situation she was in, I think it was bad. I do believe that Lashaya was being trafficked.
The last credible tip came a couple years ago that Lashaya was spotted at a hotel along East Colfax. And ever since, nothing. And it wasn't for lack of effort by Aurora police. They've searched and made pleas. In November of 2020, the FBI scoured a house on Lansing Street in Aurora for 3 days. And nothing.
It used to be I'd be so afraid for somebody to tell me that she was deceased, but now I'm at this point now where whatever it is, please, somebody just help me find out what happened to her.
In her moments of desperation and vulnerability, scammers tried and almost got money out of this heartbroken mom.
And was threatening us basically that if we didn't send the money, what she would do to her. And I was about to send the money. I lost my mind that day. And even when detectives told me they believed it was a scam, I was mad at them. I was like, no, it's not. You're not going to tell me this is a scam.
3 different times and 3 different schemes, all wanting money.
And there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. Not one day.
And like any parent would be, Sabrina is hurting, celebrating her daughter's birthday without her, cherishing one of the few videos she has of her daughter.
Rufa. That's what I like about it. Trutha.
And now, feeling angry at those who knew something and wouldn't help, and those who spewed cruel words calling her daughter just another runaway.
You think she's just a runaway now? You think it's okay for somebody to traffic her from one state to the next? You think that's all right? How would you feel if I never find her and you had a part in that somehow? I wouldn't be able to sleep at night knowing that somebody's daughter was missing for almost 6 years and I knew something about it and I could have saved that girl. I want to know how they're sleeping. I want to know. I want to know how they feel now.
She deserves some peace, right? And anyone with information is urged to call the Metro Denver Crime Stoppers at 720-913-7867. You can remain anonymous. and there is a reward of up to $15,000.
And while one family waits for answers, another is getting the answer they have waited nearly 10 years for. Colorado Springs police say the body of Kara Nichols has been found in Black Forest. The 19-year-old aspiring model vanished in October of 2012. She was on her way to Denver for a photo shoot, in fact, and was never heard from again. Well, tonight, a suspect is in custody, Joel Hollendorfer, being held for second-degree murder and tampering with evidence. Well, more legal trouble for Mesa County Clerk Tina Peters. Peters was detained briefly this morning by Grand Junction police, serving a search warrant to seize Peters' iPad. According to that warrant, Peters is accused of using her iPad to illegally record a court hearing Monday and then lying to the judge when asked about it. A security photo included in the warrant shows Peters there sitting behind the defense table, a tablet of her up on the bar. Well, right now, charges against Peters are pending, and the courts say they want to review any video, deleted or not, to determine if Peters was in fact recording that proceeding. And Denver 7 reached out to her representatives for comment. We have not heard back. And this comes as a grand jury investigates Peters for allegedly tampering with county elections equipment. She's also being sued by the Secretary of State's office, seeking to block her from overseeing November's elections.
It has been nearly 1 year since the shooting at the Table Mesa King Soopers in Boulder, a tragedy that sent shockwaves across Colorado. 10 lives ended, all just in a matter of minutes. Well, tomorrow, a new chapter will begin as the store reopens for the first time since the shooting. Today, King Soopers welcomed Denver 7 inside the newly remodeled store. And changes include higher ceilings, a reconfigured parking lot, and large windows across the storefront.
This homecoming really signifies a momentous milestone in our healing journey for both our associates and our community. One of the things that we heard is that they wanted the store to feel bright, they wanted it to feel open, and they wanted us to really captivate or capture the beautiful view of the Flatirons out front.
And later this spring, 10 trees will be planted on the lot's west corner, each tree signifying one of the lives lost in the shooting.
This community isn't just strong, it's stronger, and the reopening of this store signifies that strength.
The Table Mesa King Soopers will open its doors tomorrow morning after a ceremony scheduled for 9 a.m., and Denver 7 will be there.
The city of Colorado Springs will pay nearly $3 million to the family of Devon Bailey. That 19-year-old was shot and killed by a Colorado Springs police officer in August 2019, sparking protests across that city. Now, police had stopped Bailey and his cousin for questioning about a robbery, and Bailey then tried to run away. Body cam video shows the officer shooting Bailey while Bailey's back was turned. A grand jury later ruled the officer's actions justified under Colorado's fleeing felon law. Now, in addition to the money, the settlement also includes multiple policy changes for the Colorado Springs Police Department, including annual anti-bias training.
It's like a plot from a Disney movie. A vacation in Colorado takes a quick turn south when a family loses their beloved cat.
And like most Disney movies, this story has a happy ending. Here's Denver 7's Sloan Dickey.
It was the last day of school, and we had planned kind of an epic RV road trip.
It only took a moment for the Falks to lose their beloved cat.
On the very first night, the cat actually jumped out of the RV.
Back in June, Harold disappeared on their camping trip in Palisade.
For me, I was just so panicked and almost just sick to my stomach, devastated.
He was part of the family for 9 years, and in an instant, he was gone.
We ended up staying all 10 days in Palisade, looking for him just because we were like, what do? We can't just leave him here.
For 10 days, searching and hoping he might come back.
Well, that was made the next day. That was probably made the first day that he was missing.
But days turned into weeks.
And I really never thought we'd see him again.
And weeks turned into months.
Where we were like, well, let's just keep the faith. You know, we actually would pray every night that he would come back to us.
Praying and posting to social media to see if anyone could find Harold.
The whole missing pet community and everybody who belongs to that has been really helpful to us and really supportive.
9 months later,
literally, like, we were blown away.
That prayer was answered.
A lady found him downtown Ridgeway.
Almost 100 miles away.
Yeah. 91 miles away from where we lost him.
He's now back home.
Well, they say he's back.
Playing the same game.
Moochie poo-poos.
Of hide and seek.
Got him. Say hi. He's back home and he's back to his regular routine and just super happy. We're all very happy to have him home.
With a few life lessons found as well.
I would say stay positive.
I would say that's the biggest life lesson that we learned is be nice to people and help them out. out. You don't know what they're going through.
To keep looking and never give up hope.
Smooch.
Sloan Dickey,
Oh, there he is.
Denver 7.
From a cat named Harold to a steer named Lucky.
He saw people walking by. He came running along the fence and asking them to say hello, running next to them, playing with them.
How this guy ended up in Erie and the effort that saved him from slaughter.
Mild and dry today, coming up when the highs will return to 60 degrees.
Plus, a new name emerges in the race to buy the Broncos.